Security Council member Bolivia has requested a meeting of the Security Council today over the threat of unilateral military action against Syria by the United States. This while the United Nations has refused to be drawn into hypotheticals regarding a possible missile strike against Syria, and while US President Donald Trump has warned Russia to be ready for US missile strikes against Syria. This after Moscow vetoed a Security Council resolution to establish an independent investigation to determine the responsibility for chemical attacks in Syria.
This was the early morning tweet from President Trump, warning Russia to get ready for nice, new and smart missiles, and slamming Moscow for partnering with what he called a gas-killing animal in a reference to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad.
The Secretary General is first and foremost concerned about the fate of the civilian population in Syria. He is concerned about the lack of political progress that can bring peace and solace to the people of Syria. He would like to see the Security Council and the international community united in finding a political solution to the current conflict in Syria.
The United States had previously indicated that in the absence of Security Council action in the face of chemical attacks, they could act unilaterally.
We're still assessing the intelligence ourselves and our allies. We're still working on this.
Is the U.S. military ready right now to conduct a retaliatory strike if ordered?
We stand ready to provide military options if they're appropriate, as the President determined.
Tuesday's council session failed on 3 occasions to adopt resolutions to investigate alleged chemical attacks in Syria, prompting this message from Russia's ambassador to his U.S. counterpart.
You are very well at threatening, and the threats that you are proffering, that you're stating vis-a-vis Syria, should make us seriously worried, all of us, because we could find ourselves on the threshold of some very sad and serious events. I would once again ask you, beseech you, to refrain from the plans that you're currently developing for Syria.
Other council members like Bolivia and Sweden cautioned that any unilateral action could be in violation of the UN Charter and international law. We have seen unilateral action by the United States in Syria before, when President Trump ordered 59 Tomahawk missiles fired at a Syrian military base last year, an installation reported to be the origin of a chemical attack in the town of Khan Sheikhoun at the time. It's worth noting that investigators from the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons have been dispatched to Syria to determine the veracity of the latest chemical attack allegations in the town of Douma. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.